Hi guys! I have to give a big thank you to all my 108 subscribers, and thank you very much for subscribing me and supporting me of my YouTube channel. And today is once again a mukbang video. I'm super hungry. Going to make a Korean seaweed soup. I'm not sure if it's authentic. I have checked a little bit in the internet and to look for a recipe. If you have a better recipe, please leave your comments and let me know. And today I will use those seaweeds. I soak those in the hot water. You can get in China, you can get a really thick seaweed, and this one is a Korean really thin seaweed. And you could probably get both, but this one is the one we're gonna use for our seaweed soup. And we also need a bit of beef. I cut them into slices, and then here I have a bit of ginger and garlic. Just marinate it and massage it into our beef, and then we need a bit of soy sauce. So about 1 teaspoon. This is just to marinate it. While it's marinating, in this mukbang video I will share a bit of my plan in September, the coming month. So my parents, my aunts and cousins, quite a few people are coming from China and visiting me in Deutschland. They're going to attend my wedding in September, and then we will leave from Hebron, where my parents-in-law are living at, and then we're going to a really long road trip and train trip in Germany and Switzerland and Austria. So between the 1st and the 17th, I'll be on the road the whole time, so I wouldn't be able to film any cooking videos during this period. But then after that, I will have lots of travel and food videos waiting to be uploaded, hopefully. And today I'll share a bit of our travel plans in this video and have our delicious Korean seaweed soup. So let's do it. So turn on our stove, medium low heat. We're going to add a bit of, here is sesame oil, not too much. And we're going to stir fry the beef we just marinated. A bit of garlic. Here is about 2 to 3 garlic cloves. So we're just frying this. Okay, and now we can also add in our seaweed. Just a couple of minutes. Now we can add in some cold water just to cover our seaweed. And bring it to boil. And here I bought some Korean bean paste. It's really similar to Japanese miso, so I'm going to find it out. So it has a bag on the cover. I think maybe it's trying to keep the bean paste dry in the container. And inside it's covered with a piece of paper. So here is the soybean paste. Our soup start boiling too. Then we can add in, depends on how much. I'll put in about a quarter of the soybean paste. And use the chopsticks to help it dissolve. Now we can add about half to a third tablespoon of soy sauce. Just let it boil for another 10 to 15 minutes. So my Korean seaweed soup is ready. It's a huge bowl of soup. Okay, it's a bad angle. And I forgot to show you, this is how it looks like in the shop. It came in a bag. Doesn't look like a lot, but you can make lots of soup with this small bag. And it can dry. You can soak them in the hot water and they get huge, like triple the size. And you can see it on the back. It shows a few different recipes you can try with, you can use with this kind of seaweed. The first one is actually my seaweed soup. And then the second looks more like salad. Yeah, but I can't read Korean, so anyway. And also bake some sweet potatoes. This is really easy to make. You just need to cut maybe 2-3 cuts on the sweet potatoes, so it's not gonna explode when you cook it in the microwave. And then drop in the microwave for maybe 4 minutes, depends on how big your sweet potato is, and then it gets this really sweet and soft orange sweet potato. I love this. I used to have this every morning. It's supposed to be my diet, trying to lose weight when I was in high school. Anyway, and before eating my soup, I can give a bit of sesame oil. I love to put sesame oil in my soup. It just gives it lots of flavor. Okay. Hopefully I can finish this whole soup. It's super hot. Okay, let's give it a try. Maybe could put in a bit more salt, but I will just leave it. Okay, good appetit! I love seaweed. It's also super healthy, but it's not for some people who have lung disease, if I'm correct. Because my mom can't eat it or any seafood. It's just bad for her. Oh, it's so hot. I really feel like my YouTube channel is going on the track at the moment, and it really made me so happy that the day when I got 100 subscribers. I know it's not that much, but it's a small achievement for me because I've been doing this for about 5 to 6 months now, and I know how difficult it is to get subscribers. So really thank you for all of you who are watching this video and subscribed to my YouTube channel. And please, please, please don't leave me. I'll try my best to upload more recipes, more interesting videos, and I hope you all will like my videos and subscribe me and watch more videos of mine. And I've did lots of research, I have lots of recipes in line I'm going to make this month before I'm going on holiday. So you will definitely not be disappointed. I was so hungry, and after making the soup, I'm not so hungry anymore. It's really weird. So my husband and I will also make a few challenge videos. It's kind of popular on YouTube too, and we're gonna challenge each other. So language challenges, baking challenges, and they will all be on my YouTube channel. And we will also make a few gaming videos. Well, we love sorry. And I love this game called Just Dance. Don't know, have you played this? If you go to a gaming hall and you could play this huge machine called Dance Revolution, and that was my favorite game, and I love it when we were in Asia, in Sydney. Every time we are going to a gaming hall, I want to play this. And Just Dance, it's like a Wii version of this game. We're gonna make a few videos on that, and my husband will also play some few other games, small games. We're not gamers, I'm not huge gamers, so hopefully it's not gonna disappoint you. But those videos going to upload it to my husband's YouTube channel, which is unboxing channel, and you will also see that on my related channels. And so I hope you will like those videos too. The beef is actually really good in the soup. Never tried to put beef in soup. For this recipe, you also could put in pork belly, but I think the beef tastes better. I think among all the Asian food, or any, I shouldn't call it Asian food, because sometimes when we are in Germany you see restaurants and call themselves Asian food. I just want to laugh. But anyway, among all the Asian food, I like Japanese the most, because it has lots of fish and really light food and more delicate. Just feel the chefs putting lots of effort in the dish. And then maybe it's the Thai food, because how spicy it is and filled with flavor. And then I also like Indian food. Just because I actually never had Indian food before I moved to Australia, and there were so many Indian restaurants in Australia and so cheap. I just love it. Butter chicken, maybe it's not a really typical Indian food, but I love it. And then it has to be Korean food. I just love Korean barbecue. In Sydney you get this kind of really authentic Korean restaurant with a huge exhaust fan above your table. and when you do barbecue, all the smoke just going away from this exhaust. It's really interesting. But one thing I noticed is Koreans and Japanese, there are not many fruits and veggies, and those are super important for me. I just realized how expensive it is to get the fruits in Japan and in Korea. It was like an apple cost for €2, maybe because it was in 7-Eleven, but that's just ridiculous, like amount of money they had to pay for fruit. But that's just what I have experienced in Seoul, and they like to have in Korea. They like to have lots of meat. We met this Korean girl. She's a friend of my brother-in-law, and she brought us to some restaurants in Korea. The first restaurant she suggested was this kind of pork feet. So it's kind of like a cold dish, and it's cooked pork feet, cut into thin slices, and then you wrap it around with some veggie and the garlic and sauce. And then I just knew my husband wouldn't eat it, especially when the meat is not pure meat. When it has skin or tender in it, he doesn't like this kind of meat. So in the end, we went to a Korean army. This is called Korean army pot, like a huge pot, and with lots of stuff mixed in. And to me, it's a bit similar to Chinese hot pot because it's also a huge pot with lots of stuffing. But I love Korean barbecue, how they're making chickens, amazing. And also, everyone knows how popular Korean dramas are in Asia. It's just crazy. All the Korean superstars and what they are eating in the TV series, and became a trend in China. Actually, everywhere in Asia. And so this Korean fried chicken was one of the hits, because in one of the really popular Korean drama, and the main actress was super addicted to fried chicken. And they would go to this kind of market, and then they have fried chicken, drink a glass of beer. And that became the food you have to eat in Korea. The other funny thing was when we were in Seoul, and we had to go to a restaurant because we can't cook, and 90% of restaurants in Seoul we went to, the ones we went to means they're not very pricey, a bit like local small shops, only have few tables. They were run by Chinese. At the beginning, I was trying to speak English to them and they can't understand anything, and I was trying to pinpoint which one I want to order, but they don't have a menu with a picture. It's really hard to order. And then I heard they were talking Chinese to each other, and it was huge help for me, and we could order some food at least. But it's funny how many Chinese are living in Seoul, at least. Maybe not whole Korea, but the culture is really connected. That's why the food is also really similar in a way. So next year, around New Year, we're maybe going to Dubai to see the fireworks. And then maybe it's just roughly a plan for now, an idea. Maybe we're going to Japan again next year. I'm super excited. You know how much I love Japan. Especially, I'm going to dye my hair in Japan. Last year when we were there, I cut my hair. It was super. And it was actually really expensive hair salon. Cost only 60. A regular hair salon here in Germany, and normally will also cost for $50, 50 euros. So I had a really good haircut, and the hairdresser was also lived in Australia for 8 years. She actually lived longer than me, and the good thing is we could communicate, and she knew what kind of haircut I want to get. So next year, we're gonna visit Tokyo again, and I go to meet her again and get my hair dyed. I really want to have really light hair color at least once in my life. So it will be in Japan. And I like this kind of fringe. It's almost impossible to get it perfectly cut here in Germany. I always get it really weird. First time I got a haircut in Germany, I said I want a fringe and go that side. So the hairdresser didn't understand me at all. He really cut my fringe sideways. So here in the middle really short and on the end really long. I just cried, couldn't believe it. Which hairdresser would cut any human being's hair to sideways? Unbelieve it. And really bad service, sometimes really bad attitude. So I don't want to cut my hair in at all. In Deutschland anymore. So last year in March we were in Japan. I cut my hair there, and later I think we went to Taiwan and I cut my hair there too. It was also really good. I even brought my husband to one of the hair salons in Taipei. They had a really popular hair salon only for men, which is called Number One or something. You can Google it, but it's really good. And the owner is super helpful, really friendly, helped us a lot what to plan, where to go. But the haircut was super and also very cheap, about $25, and you could get a designed haircut. It was super. So for our trip the coming month, I have a plan here. It's really difficult to plan when you are traveling with 8 people, 10 actually, including me and my husband together. So we are a really huge group of people. So you all know we're living in Seoul. It is a city, the second largest city in this state, and it's pretty close to France. If we were driving about 1 hour and we were reaching the border already. That's kind of also a benefit by living here. So, but our wedding is in Hebron, actually really close to Frankfurt already. It's in between, in Dorf, and so my parents are coming in September, beginning of September. We're gonna go to visit. So after my wedding, we're gonna visit Stuttgart. So say hi to all my subscribers who is living in Stuttgart, and we're gonna visit the museum Porsche Museum, Mercedes Museum, maybe it's there, or is it? Should be Mercedes. Not quite sure. I'm not a huge car fans. Then the second day we're gonna go to Metzingen. And Metzingen, if you know, it's a huge shopping outlet, and it's also the headquarters of Hugo Boss, which is one of my favorite brands, German brand. But it's funny, Germans are really not into fashion. If you're going on the street, it's hard to tell if they're really thinking about what they should wear on that day, because it's always the same and everything. Anyway, but Hugo Boss is awesome. I like the quality. For a same amount of price in the outlet center, you can get super quality clothing and really good design. So the second day we're going to Metzingen, and then after that, I was thinking maybe we could visit Castle, so we're driving back, but there are not many hotels available in Karlsruhe anymore. For some reason, Karlsruhe is really expensive for Germany. So we are going to France, this city called Strasbourg, and it is also a border city. I love it. I've been there 3-4 times, just going for shopping. So many brands, so many shops, good food, the cafe and the pastries, amazing. So we're going there to stay for 2 days, and the second day maybe we're going to Europa Park. It is a super huge, amazing amusement park. And I would say Europa Park is after Disneyland the biggest amusement park. And if you're coming to Germany and you're visiting south part of Germany, please go to Europa Park with your kids, or just you, or with your parents like us. It has everything for everybody, and they have a super amazing fast roller coaster. If you're a fan of roller coaster, you will be adored to go there, because there are so many, not just 2, 3, 4. There are tons of modern ones to really old style wooden roller coaster. So, and they also have lots of shows, performance for people who are not into roller coaster. So go there. So we're going there, and maybe we're going to Schwarzwald, so Black Forest. Not quite sure, because kind of boring for us. But maybe my parents will want to go, so maybe we'll go on the way. And then after, it became a bit tricky because my cousin could only stay here in Deutschland for 10 days, and they absolutely want to visit Neuschwanstein. And I know, I understand that every traveler come to Deutschland would want to visit Neuschwanstein, but we don't have much time. And also because I've been there, and my parents have been there, my aunts have been there, and it's beautiful, but it's also expensive, and I don't want to spend money to go there again, and also because we have been there last year already. So we are going to drive to Bodensee, which is a lake in the middle among 3 countries: Switzerland, Deutschland, and Austria, so Österreich. We're going to stay there for 1 night, and then take the train to visit Zurich, and then come back to Bodensee, take our car and drive to München to meet my aunts and other people. So they are going to Neuschwanstein and they're going to meet us in Munich. After that, in Munich, I would strongly recommend Hot Pot restaurant, and it's specialized in seafood. It's hard to imagine that a restaurant in Munich specialized in seafood because it's not close to any sea, but it has really super good quality, great amount of seafood. You can just pick what you like. It's a buffet style. And last time we went there and super satisfied, and I want to go it again. So we're gonna go there with my parents and my aunts and pick them up, and then we're going to this restaurant and stay in Munich for one night. And after that, we are taking the train. Once again with a Deutsche Bahn. With the train, we're going to Salzburg. I have never been to Salzburg, and I have heard many good things about Salzburg and their Austrian food. It's a kind of dessert or something. It must be something. And is it the oldest coffee house? Is it in Salzburg? Or maybe it's Venice. Not sure anymore. But we're gonna visit Austria, Salzburg around. And we're going to Vienna. Hopefully. So it will be a really long trip. So many garlic still at the bottom. Hopefully my mouth's not gonna smell it after that. So Salzburg and then Vienna. Then we're going to drive back to Karlsruhe, which is a long drive, but it's okay, I'm not driving, so it will be a huge task for my husband. And then we're going to Paris, and it's also a special request from my aunt and uncle. Who wouldn't want to go to Paris if they're in Europe? Even though all the terrorist threat, all the violent incidents, but everyone still wants to go to Paris. We're going to Paris, and I really want to try this, maybe one of the most expensive 5-star restaurant in Paris. Only when we have time, and when we do, we're going there and sneaking our camera and try to take some pictures. Videos maybe it's not that easy, but we will see. If we have that much money still left over after all this long trip in Europe, and so that will be my plan in September. I still have some sweet potatoes, and I can probably finish the whole one. I love sweet potatoes. In China, you can get this street vendors. They have a huge oven and with real coal underneath, and they put the sweet potato on the top around it, and they wear a really thick glove. They put their hand in and grab one once they're done, and super sweet. Believe me, tastes 100 times better than the sweet potato coming out of the microwave. But we don't have that oven, so we just have to eat sweet potato from the microwave. For next month, you will be able to see some of our challenge videos. And you also see me dancing awkwardly. I've tried yesterday a little bit. It was really awkward, and you will see me dancing on my husband's unboxing channel, and then you will see more cooking videos and mukbang videos on my channel until the end of August, and then we're going for holiday for almost 20 days. Then in between it's a bit difficult. Maybe you are seeing a bit of my travel videos, maybe our wedding videos. So really hard to control, you know, when you're traveling, hard to get a stable internet. But I will bring my iPad. Then after, so around the end of September, I will put up lots of cooking and traveling videos again. So that's roughly a plan for us for the next couple of months. So wow, half is quite a lot for me. It's a mess. Okay. So finish half of my sweet potatoes. Still have half, and I'm going to have later, maybe right after this video. It tastes so good. And finish my soup. I like to have soup for lunch because it's so easy and not so heavy, and just fill you up, really fill you up, and you don't feel hungry for a long while, and it's a trick to keep fit. So thanks for watching. Hope you like my video and give me a thumb up and leave your comments. And if you want to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And subscribe and don't leave, please. So see you next time.